I just watched Survivor Series and I thought I was getting maybe one surprise return. Instead, I got to see two surprise returns. Without further ado, John, don't bury the lead. What's our top story from Survivor Series 2023?
Dom, we don't ever bury the lead. CM Punk has a surprise return back to Chicago, back to the WWE. At the very end of the show, after the main event. Dom, a lot to unpack, but what did you think of this main event and CM Punk's return?
They did a great job of keeping it quiet that CM Punk was apparently signed and going to appear. They also did a wonderful job of getting through the event without having CM Punk overshadow it. Like, we got the Randy Orton return. It was very well done. The crowd was excited for it when he finally came out as the last member of the babyface team. They popped for what he was doing in the ring. He had a great face-off with Jey Uso. You know, Randy Orton was put out of action, supposedly by the Uso brothers. So that was a wonderful face-off there. The crowd seemed to enjoy everything that was going on, and they thought they had just seen a pretty good main event, wrapping up a fairly good premium live event here. And then, as a bonus, without disrupting any of the matches, without detracting from any of the matches, they just hit CM Punk's music. You know, there's In Living Color, Cult of Personality. I think they're still using that. CM Punk walks out in Chicago. The crowd goes crazy. So it was a good bonus for the crowd. It was a good bonus for everybody who stuck around after the babyfaces were cheering at the end, watching on Peacock. I don't know what else you could have asked for. They did everything perfectly to execute this. I mean, what did you think of the execution of this really complex set of moving parts? Subscribe to our channel. Don't bury the lead, a wrestling channel.
From my perspective, it was a little confusing in the main event because it seemed like the crowd was chanting CM Punk when they shouldn't have been, but then they were booing, so you'd have like CM Punk chants, and then you'd have people like, "Hey, shut up!" Like you could hear the animosity in the crowd. Yep. And at first, I was gonna come on here and be like, you know, his presence was a little annoying, or rather, the fact that they were doing the CM Punk chants during the match kind of detracts from it. But then he actually showed up, so you know, joke's on me because I was ready to bury the Chicago crowd, and then CM Punk actually shows up. Obviously, gets a huge pop as he always does in Chicago. And man, oh man, this guy, he just hangs around, right? He's just he. You would think that people would be done with him at this point, but he's got that it factor, if you will, where he gets a giant pop wherever he goes, and he stirs a lot of controversy, and he's here now. So
he's here now, like the Stinger used to say, "Never say never" in pro wrestling. Apparently, he mended fences enough with WWE brass